Good morning, everyone. My name is Rabbi Lesser, Director of Pastoral Care here at Gurwin Jewish. I hope everyone had a wonderful week. We will continue our Oneg Shabbat series, our virtual series. I hope everyone is enjoying the beautiful weather we had this week. Either open your windows or get a chance to go outside on the patio. Certainly, the nice weather brings good spirits to all. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShoreis, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malachei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShoreis, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malachei Amlochim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShoreis, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malachei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ba'achem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malachei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ba'achem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malachei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ba'achem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malachei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malachei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malachei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malachei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malachei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malachei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malachei Amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In this week, we read the Torah portion of Parshat Korach. Korach was the name of a person who lived in the time of Moses and Aaron, when the Jewish people were traveling in the desert towards the land of Israel. Korach was a righteous man, a scholar in his own, yet he did something extremely radical. He challenged the leadership of Moses. Moses appointed Aaron, his brother, to be the high priest, and Korach, who also was a cousin from the same family line, wanted to be that leader, that priest as well. So Korach gathered 250 other men to cause a rebellion against Moses, to say that this is not the word of God. You chose Aaron because he's your brother. You chose Aaron not because he's the best man for the job, but only because you wanted to give leadership to your family, your direct family. And Korach obviously was proven wrong by Moses, as Moses said, do you really believe this is not the word of God? I challenge you that if I am correct, the ground will open up and you'll be swallowed up in the land itself. And Korach accepted this challenge, and a few moments later the ground opened up and Korach fell in with all of his followers in a tragedy of the Jewish people. Now the question is this seems very, very extreme. It's true that Korach challenged Moshe, he challenged him, but to have such an extreme demise, the ground opening up, falling in, the ground closing up, a miracle it was. Why was there such a need for such an extreme punishment? So he was wrong, he was proven wrong, and that should have been the end of it. One of the answers given is that we learn from here the power of dissent. Arguments, people fighting with each other, it really is the worst thing in the world. It's okay to have disagreements with people over anything, but when you disagree with someone, you have to treat them with respect. Try to understand the side that they're coming from, and then try to come to resolution by itself. Just to argue for the sake of arguing is what separates people from each other. And that's the lesson from this week's Torah portion, to always try the best that we can, even when we don't agree with other people, but do it in a respectful manner. Do it in a way that doesn't cause other people to get involved in the fight, because ultimately, the only way for all of us to survive in the world and everyone is to get along peacefully with each other. L'cha dehodi lekras kala pnei Shabbos nekavela. L'cha dehodi lekras kala pnei Shabbos nekavela. Shammai v'zachar v'dibur echad Heshmiyahanu kelam yuchad Hashem echad u'shma echad Shemo secheres v'lesila L'cha dodi lekras kala Pnei Shabbos nekavela Likra Shabbos l'chuven elcha Ki mekar habiracha Meirosh mikedem nesucha Sov ma'aseh b'machshavat chila Lecha dodi likras kala Pnei Shabbos nekavela Mikdash melech ir melucha Kumitzi mitocha hafecha Rav lach sheves b'yimekah bacha V'yachamol alayechem la Lecha dodi lekras kala Pnei Shabbos nekavela Hisnari me'afar kumi Lehevshi bigdei sefer techami Al yad ben yishai beis halachmi Karva el nafshi yahala Lecha dodi Likras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela Hisorere, Kiva hore kumeyori, Ori, Shir da behere, la lecha dodi lekras kala pnei Shabbos nekabelam lo se voshi velo si kahami mahadish dochachi umatemi bahach yetsu ani yehami v'nevnesa yirauti la lecha dodi lekras kala pnei Shabbos nekabela v'ayolem shisa shahos ayich v'rachaku kol nevahalayich yasis alayich elokayich kehem soischa sanal kala lecha dodi lekras kala pnei Shabbos nekabela v'awi b'shalom atares bala gam berina u'v'tzahala tochem uneyam segula Bawi kala lecha dodi lekras kala pnei Shabbos nekabela. Yesterday, we began the new month of Tammuz in the Jewish calendar. Tammuz, followed by the month of Av, which always fall out in the summer, are known as some of the Seder months in the calendar over the course of the year. There are no holidays during these months, as their next holiday will be in 3 months from now, Rosh Hashanah. But more than that, these are the months of the year where the destruction of the temple occurred. In the month of Tammuz, we have a fast day commemorating the siege the siege that was held around Jerusalem, and the Romans and Babylonians breaking through that siege to go into Jerusalem. And 3 weeks after that, the month of Av, the 9th of Av, the fast of Av, we remember the destruction of the temple. And the question is, why do we always have to remember every single year these events? We know happy events, good events, miraculous events, these are things you want to remember. But why do you have to fast every year and remember events which are difficult? And the answer given is that life has ups and has downs. And yes, we know how to deal with ups in life, happy times, good times, but we also have to know how to deal with difficult times. Because any difficult time is truly a message from God itself. It's a message to try to act a little better, try to act nicer to somebody else, and to remember what happens when we don't do this way. For we know the tragedies of the temples were done through a lack of cohesiveness within the Jewish people. Like in the story of Korach mentioned a few minutes ago, there are arguments, there are fighting with each other. When you have internal fighting, the nation cannot survive. So every year we are reminded of this idea. The only way to go ahead and continue on is peacefully living with each other, connecting with each other, and through that, as the sages state, ultimately these fast days will turn into holidays themselves. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'Tarem Kol Yetzir Nivra Li'ez Nasa V'Chefso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra V'Yacharei Kechlos HaKol Levahado Yimloch Nora V'hu Haya V'hu Hoveh V'hu Yihye B'Sifara V'hu Echad V'yein Sheni L'hamshila L'hachbira V'li Reishis V'li Zachlis V'lo Ha'od V'hamisra V'hu Keli V'chai Goali V'sur Chavli V'yez Nasa V'hu Nisi Umanosli Minas Kosi B'yom Ekra B'yahado Afkid Ruchi V'yez Ishan V'yahira V'yem Ruchi Geviyasi Ado Shem Li V'lo Ira Having a happy and healthy Shabbat, a great weekend. Enjoy the weather. We'll see everybody next week.